Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Christine, and today I am whipping together a rhubarb blueberry jam, and I just thought I'd share with you my super favorite recipe on how to do this. So come on with. So right now I have my rhubarb in my food processor, and my trick is before I warm it up on the stove with the blueberries is I'm going to mash it up in my food processor to break it down a little bit further. So I'll be right back. Okay, that just kind of makes my life quite a bit easier. I measured it out. Here's my 4 cups of rhubarb, which is just going right in the pot. And you normally have to wait until it softens up, but I just find that this makes my life a little bit easier when making rhubarb, anything basically. So there's my 4 cups of that. Then I have my 4 cups of blueberries, which I'm adding right to the pot. Measured that out. And getting this on low, well, like medium heat. And the other fun thing we do with this recipe is we use the lemon zest. These are my organic lemons I found. See if anything's happening with my zester. Fun. And then the juice of this lemon. So, cutting it in half, and oops, no seed. Well, I guess there's going to be a seed. And squeezing the juice the best I can. I cannot find my juicer. It's one side. Get these seeds out. And here's the other side. Well, let me know in the comments if you've ever made rhubarb blueberry jam. It's kind of a fun, different recipe. And right now, I am just going to let this simmer and get soft. And then I'm going to return it to my food processor and blend it up and get it really mashed up really good. So I'm going to let this go, and we'll see in a minute. So it's been simmering for a little bit. I can tell that it is very soft because it is starting to turn the color of the blueberries. So I'm going to grab this and go over to my food processor and get it smashed up and then back into this pot. And then we'll continue simmering and adding the sugar. Just like the consistency of it this way. Just pop this off. Oh, this lid, there we go. And it just looks so good already, and we haven't even added the sugar yet. So I'm going to transfer it back to this pot and get it back on the stove. So here we go, we've got it back on the stove. It's looking wonderful already, but I don't know if you'd want to taste it yet. So right now I am going to add the sugar, and I am using organic cane sugar, and it's roughly 5 cups. And people say that the blueberries sweeten it up good enough. I kind of do an in-between. I've seen some people say 4 cups. I've seen some people say 8 cups because they're using 8 cups of fruit. But I'm going to stick with my roughly 5 cups of sugar. And I've got it on medium heat right now because this is a Dutch oven, and the heat on it lingers. And I'm just going to get this dissolved in here, along with I am going to add my pectin. So I have my real fruit classic pectin, and I'm going to be doing 3 tablespoons to make sure that it gels up for me. Adding that right in. 1, 2, and 3. So I am going to continue to stir this. I am going to set a timer for roughly 25 minutes or so, just so it doesn't get overdone, but that everything has a chance to dissolve. And it's looking wonderful. I'm just going to get this all mixed in, and I'll see you in 25 minutes. And actually right now I'm gonna get ready my steam canner. We're gonna be steam canning the jam, and I have the jars in there already, kind of warming up. So once this is done steaming around, I am going to pull those out and we're gonna get the warm product in the warm jar, and we'll see in a little bit. Okay, so it has reached boiling, and I'm just kind of stirring it, making sure it doesn't scorch. It's looking darker, beautiful already. Got about 10 more minutes left, and then we'll do the gel test and make sure that we have enough pectin in it, etc. It's looking really good. Okay, meanwhile, everything is ready to go. I am going to do the gel test to make sure it's good, and I'm actually going to turn this on and get the jars off and the product into the jars. All right, we are ready to rock and roll. I've got my jars here, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to fill them up. And I'm just going right in with the product, and I'm filling them up. You need about 1/4 inch of head space, and then we will be steam canning them. Instead of doing a full water bath can, steam canning is my super favorite way, and you just have to learn kind of what the measurements and such is. I might have filled that too full. And so yeah, I'm just gonna get going on this and then get the lids on after we wipe them. Actually, I'm gonna bubble pop this first with my little tool. Where is it? Right here, my little tool. And then wipe the rim with my vinegar and get new lids and rings on. The rings can be used, but I like to just use new if I can. There doesn't seem to be a shortage right now like there was a while ago. I ended up getting 9 full to the brim jams, which is awesome. Last one, and now I am going to grab this because it is very hot, and I'm going to get them onto the steam canner. Okay, I've got them all on the steam canner, and I'm just getting the lid on, and then I'll show you the gauge that I follow up on the top. Probably seen this in my other videos, but you see, let's see, where's my finger? So right now, that's what I'm following. When it gets to the dark green, that's when I set my timer for 10 minutes. And there's a steam hole in the back, but I just love this thing. This is all the water that you fill up in there. So I've had it warming, now there's warm product in, so it should heat up pretty quickly. And I'll show you, oh look how fast it's moving up. So I'll let you know when we reach the dark green. Okay, let's see, here we are at the green, so now I set my timer for 10 minutes, and then as soon as that's done, oh, and it's hooting and hollering at me, but we are ready to go. Okay, timer is just ending now, and I'm going to set one more timer. I'm turning this off, totally off, and I'm going to set one more timer for 5 minutes, and then I'll be taking the lid off just to kind of let them settle, and we'll get them over on our cooling area. Okay, the 5-minute timer is going off now, and all I'm doing is pulling the lid away from me because it's going to be really steamy. Setting it in the sink, and then getting the jars up here, safe and sound, onto my cooling area. Okay, I have 9 jars of one of my favorite jams. It is my rhubarb blueberry jam, and it is fairly lower sugar. But now I'm just waiting for all of those pops. I heard one, and they're just about ready, and I will not touch these for 24 hours, and then I'll label them and get them down in my stash, ready for consumption for myself or gifts. Okay friends, thanks for stopping by my little channel. I'm so happy to have 9 jars of rhubarb blueberry jam on hand to eat and to give as gifts. So let me know down in the comments if you like rhubarb. You either love it or you hate it. So we happen to like it. So like I said, thanks again for stopping by my little channel. And if you have any tips or tricks, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you next time on Christine's Routines. Take care and God bless. And today I am whipping together a rhubarb blueberry. And don't mind me trying to get this lid off. My blueberry. Holy moly, let's start that over again. Golly.